Always represent Virginia State to the fullest. How you doing? I'm Don Napoleon, one of the founders of eXposure Media Project, but also Virginia State grad, class of 1997. Yes, I know that was a while ago. Just want to tell Virginia State's Communications Department and the Mass Communication Club, thank you so much for taking part again in another eXposure Media Project DC trip. This is a great trip and tour that we set up every year. Jennifer Williamson and I, when we started this years ago, we never thought that today, or almost 8 to 9 years later, that this trip would have over 600 to 700 plus students that have gone on to careers in the media field, and that's exactly what we wanted them to do. We have so many great testimonies and stories from students that have taken this trip but have taken the initiative to really step out there and really be able to challenge what they've learned and the experiences they've taken. So with this trip, a couple of do's and don'ts. We have some great locations that you're going to. You're going to the Radio 1, you'll be going to the DC Film Commission office, and also Voice of America. So we'll go over the do's. Well dressed as usual. You just never know. It's like an on-site almost interview, to be able to represent yourself. Have your resume hats on. That's really key. Have your resume hats on just in case you need to talk to anyone or present yourself about who you are. You might be, interviewing for a potential internship position right then and there. And questions. Look up the locations that you're going to. And have questions. Look up the services, and if there's any key staff members that are there, jot their names down, see if they're around so you can be able to ask questions once you get into the facility. It's a great opportunity. Don'ts, really, really key. No chewing gum, no slouching in your seats, and no falling asleep. And because these tour locations as well as the speakers take time out of their schedule, their busy schedule, to make themselves available. So the only thing that we always ask is just give them your undivided attention. And again, just that respect that they're doing what they need to do to be able to hook you up and be able to set a path for you or be able to help you out in your career. The eXposure Media Project is something that we're very passionate about. We love that students do take the initiative to be able to go to the next level, and whatever we can do to help, don't hesitate to ask. So we look forward to having you up here on Friday. Safe travels, always pray, of course, and questions or anything that comes up, have you had questions for me too, I look forward to answering them. Again, Virginia State, we look forward to having you. Thank you.
We do tours for other schools, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I try to be all cheerful around it, but it's nothing like seeing the Virginia State faces, especially people that come back, because I know how eager you guys are really trying to get jobs in the industry. That's why we started it. You'll get a chance to see some highlight videos later today, but we started it because we wanted to we wanted to open up a streamline, like a pathway to be able to get you guys internships, because we know it's not easy. We remember what we did when we were looking for internships when we came out of Virginia State. It was hard. So we tried to create that one path so we can help you guys out the best way we can. All right, Bria Miller? Chris Ortega? Yeah. All right, Miss Ortega. Demonte Patterson? Yes, sir. That's like a football name. Renee Redwine? Hi. Hey, Renee. How's it going? Brian Rogers? Hey. What's up, young man? It's a sharp suit. I'm going to take it for you. Nikia Simon? That's the guy right? Yeah. David Stubbs? That's like a CEO name. Cindy Vasquez? Here. Robert Waller? Hey, what's up, Mr. Waller?
Purpose-built in 1979 and occupied in 1981 for ABC News. It's designed as a production facility from the ground up. This is our primary production level, where our studios and control rooms are. We have 2 main studios down here and 3 production control rooms, as well as our master control. So we actually assemble a lot of the live productions here. We do a show called This Week every Sunday for ABC, and we do a number of shows for ESPN. So we do a show called Pardon the Interruption and Around the Horn daily. One thing that's unique about these shows that we do now is actually tend to be over multiple locations. So for instance, Around the Horn, quite often the studio is located in New York. But we do all the switching and production, all the editing and so on here in Washington. We bring everything down on fiber optics. When you see a presidential address and you change from channel to channel to channel, it's always the same camera shot. All right, so we'll walk into master control. very much.
Will assist them in getting additional training in editing and various other technologies, whatever is specific to their job task. I would say within the industry, people come in here are usually probably a 6 or 7. They have some background.
We're the Mass Communications Club, so it's a lot of us, production, video, audio, public relations. It's a good mix in here right now.
All right, cool. Then I don't have to talk like I'm doing advertisement and marketing. First of all, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been working on PTI since 2007, and we have 5 cameras on our show.
Job opened up, she was asked to take it.
So you were in Texas. Did you have a support system out here, or were you just trying to?
I was a Disney intern for a year before, and then I wanted to be in DC, so I moved out here. And there were internships available for post-grad students, and so I applied for that.
So Disney intern, you were at Language Arts or something?
No, I was at ESPN for a year before that, but they're still all under the Disney family. Yeah.
Sorry. So if you are looking for jobs or internships for ABC, Disney, ESPN, go to DisneyCareers.com, and that's where you can apply.
My dream goal is to work in ESPN, such as Part of Interruption, ESPN Sports Center, or Around the Horn. Like those attract my attention the most. So I'm looking forward to hearing more opportunities from them.
Great tour. We learned a lot about engineering, programming, and editing. My favorite part was the engineering, because I want to be a sound engineer. And I hope to come back next year.
How many people in here are going to apply for an internship? So listen, you guys you're sort of ahead of the curve, but you're right by the curve, because applying for the internships usually happens in March. So if you're going to apply, you want to apply like real soon. And be crafty about when you're applying too, because yes, go online so you can get your name in the system, but additionally, what you want to do, just Google Murdoch. His email is probably online. Just like, hey, I was on a tour. I don't mean to be pushy on you, but I'll get their email addresses regardless, so you can submit to them. But you want to submit always online, directly to them. Little follow-up call, and just go from there. Okay.
Synesthetic.
I'm just looking forward to learning and actually seeing things with my own 2 eyes. I just graduated recently this past spring, so this whole getting a job thing and seeing the actual real world and what it takes to actually get a job in the media. I just want to grab some more experience in that regard and learn more.
Came from nothing, not up, below the low.
5, 4, 3, 2. Hey DC, I'm Brian Rogers from Virginia State University. You're watching DKN.
The speakers that we listened to today, I think his name was Jeff. I remember him from last year, and he kind of stood out to me for the most part because he talked about how it was basically up to us. We have to create our own future.
The journey you're on has no end.
My background, just briefly, I grew up here in DC. I went to high school here in DC. I went to college at Stanford University where I actually studied political science and economics. I also took film classes and drama classes. One of the things I like to tell young people is even if you know you want to be in the media or creative endeavors, it's always good to have a foundation in some sort of discipline where you have a view of the world as a media professional, but also grounding yourself in a discipline that gives you a view of the world and something that you want to communicate and share with the world.
The journey you're on isn't scripted.
My ultimate career in mass communications would be to work as a director of communications for an organization that serves the community. So being here today really gives me the opportunity to make a lot of contacts because more than likely those are people that I will run into in the future.
Don't burn any bridges and build your network.
I'm an entrepreneur, a mother, I'm a print model. I want to encourage you to dream bigger.
Hey DC, we're from Virginia State University and you're watching DKN!
The best part of the exposure trip, I would have to say, was the symposium. We got to meet a lot of people that were in the field.
Best part of today? I would say when we went to the BET studios and we got to meet great people. They told me a lot of things. They gave me great advice, inspiration, and they let us do a little segment. We recorded a little bit and it felt like home. It felt like something I would do. So I was really excited about that. I got to be me.
Oh, when we got to do our little 15 seconds of fame in the TV room, that was exciting. Being on tan, I'm a really on tan person, so having the opportunity to be on stage and in front of the camera, that was the best part.
And what's really neat is that you notice that a lot of people work there, but they also do outside things, which is a lot of us do in the field. So we'll work during the day at at places like ABC and ESPN, but because of what we do, we get other jobs very easily. So you see a lot of these dudes backstage or working with like major artists. And you're like, God, you could do that too. So, you want to be able to keep yourself really diverse. You don't have to just come into one place because you never know where that'll end.
Ideally, I hope to be working in the film industry. I'm interested in a lot of different things, but I feel like my passion falls in film and cinematography.
Yeah.